I'm probably going to put an actual intro clip, but in case I didn't, rundown is I'm finally going to talk about the 25, was it even 25? The 25 books I read in 2024. My goal last year was 25 books. I hit 25 books, slay. We're going to talk about all of them. It's now April. So let's kiki, grab a snack, grab a drink, have me on in the background as you multitask queen, girl boss. Let's start off with the first book I read. How are these dusty already? First book I read was If the Villainess and Villain Met and Fell in Love. This was volume 1. In the little green it says, she was all but disowned for her spirit contact. No, that's contract. Girl, I can't read. But she's still competing with her rival. I rated this 5 stars. I really do like this series. I am currently reading the second volume of this book. It's printed by Yen On, I guess is the publisher. I don't know. I gotta learn more about light novel publishers. Really good. I marked it as a favorite for 2024. Excited to see where this series goes. Love it. Next, this is another series I love, but it's slow and steady with this one. This is I Swear I Won't Bother You Again, volume 3. I rated this one 4 stars. This one wasn't absolutely my fave, but it's definitely in a like transitional build-up period. You could tell something big is gonna happen in the next volume, but I don't have that volume yet, so I'll find out eventually. I'll probably reread this. This definitely is a series I really like. The next book I sold on Pongo Books, so that should automatically be a little red flag. The book was The Things I Didn't Say in Therapy by Logan Dane. Duane. I'm sorry. I rated it 3 stars. What was did I read an actual review? Okay, this is what I wrote on Goodreads. One thing about this book I didn't really like was the fact that the page numbers were in a different font from the rest of the text. An average poetry book, none of the individual poems stuck out to me, so That little tidbit about just that the page numbers being a different font, my background, as I said before and I'll say again, is in journalism. My degree is in journalism. More so, I did a lot of copy editing. Those little things I notice, and because I'm a little neurodivergent, once I notice them, I can't unnotice them. So it wrecked the experience for me. Next, I'm so happy I read this book. Hold on, set my pile's all out of order. The next book I finally finished was Yes Please by Amy Poehler. I bought this. Flashback, throwback. We're gonna tell who grew up on the same side of the internet as me. I bought this book because I saw Mikey Murphy post it on his Instagram stories in like 2016, 2017. It's a humor autobiography. I gave it 2 stars. Did I write what I thought about it on Goodreads? Okay, so I said the pacing on the book is really bad. There's like flashbacks, but you can't tell it's a flashback till later. I said there's no fluidity between chapters. There's not. When the chapter ends, it's bad. And then I wrote, it screams trying to be funny that it makes it cringe. Like, some of the jokes felt forced. Once again, given the humor that she has on SNL, I expect some potty jokes. I expect talks about body parts. But, okay. How do I want to word this? I get talking about vaginas. I get talking about having children. I get that. That is our experience if you choose to have kids. I get it, right? I get making jokes about that. We have the right to make jokes about it. But these jokes are cringy. Like, these jokes were just bad. Like, Because I would just read it and be like, for real. Like, that's the part you chose to talk about type of energy. I should put this on my Pongo, but I don't think anyone will want it. And I wouldn't blame them. If any of my mutuals want it, I'll send it to you. But yeah, I rated it 2 stars. Where's my timeline? This is a book that I was reading for a long time. I started this book January 13th, 2020. I finished the book May 18th, 2024. That should tell you how much of a struggle fest it was. Next, I needed something simple and quicker after that, so I read Snow White with the Red Hair. This is one of, pretty much there's 2 manga series that I've been fully trying to collect, and this is one of them. This is volume 5. I rated it 4 stars. I really like it. I'm still, when I read this is still, oh my gosh, what's the words? This manga series also has a anime adaptation, and there's still, volume 5 is still very much in the anime. So I did not read necessarily anything new. There was some stuff that was different from the anime adaptation, but I just love, I love fairy tales and twists on fairy tales. My favorite. Next, I did read, X Baku SS. I rated it 5 stars. This, once again, is a manga. This is a manga where the creator passed away while they were making the anime adaptation, so it never got a season 2, and it very much needed a season 2, as I learned from reading volumes, what did I read? 5, 6, and 7. These books are very hard to find. People try to charge $100 for these books, so I'm very happy I have at least the first volume, and then I have 5, 6, and 7. So, this next one, I love this one. This is a story I tried to read online, and then I think the translations confused me, and it kept getting switched between different fan translations, and I couldn't keep up. But this is A Stepmother's Matron. It also goes by The Fantasy of a Stepmother. This is a manhwa, or printed webtoon, as I like to commonly refer to it as. I read this May 20th, 2024, rated it 4 stars. I love this series. The only thing I do hate is because these are fully inked. They are $20 a pop. They are $20 a pop, so not my favorite. I try to get them on sale, but really do love that story. This was an unexpected favorite. I'm a little sad with the edition I picked up because it does have a rip at the bottom, but like, it's just aesthetically, it was hurt, but I still love it. This is The Holy Grail of Eris. This is a light novel. I rated it 4 stars. I really like this one. This was another one where she is actually dead. She was, what do they call it? She got executed for something, but there was foul play involved. But Constance started going through something and made a deal with the ghost. So the ghost is helping her. So it's very interesting. It's very cute. And who doesn't love the tea? Let's see, what do I have next? I have my big boy next. My big boy, Maid-sama. It's volumes 1 and 2 put together. I rated it 4 stars. I loved it. I did finally get the 3rd and 4th chapter, so I will have to read that soon. But this is another one where someone also drew on it. Don't know who did that. Wasn't me. This is another one where it was an anime. I saw it as an anime, and then was trying to find the manga because the anime only had 2 series, 2 seasons. It's the chronic curse of romance animes that are targeted towards women. 2-season curse or the 1-season curse. And studios just don't make enough because they think they don't make enough money, but they're learning slowly but surely. I did pick up, hello, this is not a haul. I did read another manga. This is Yona of the Dawn. This is another one. The anime adaptation. 2-season curse. I mean, 1-season curse. Oh no, there's rumors in the water again that this one's coming back. But once again, apparently the next couple chapters after this one have a lot of fighting, and a lot of people speculated at the time that the company wouldn't spend the money to animate that. So we shall see. First printed August 2016, sixth printed, the 6th edition, which is probably this, March 2022. So love this. This is also one of the older ones that it is kind of a little hard to find the first couple chapters, so I have kind of given up on finding it, but I might start to care again. We'll see. We shall see. So after Yana I also rated 4 stars. Love it. After Yana, I decided to reread a series. So I reread and read 2 new ones of Villains Are Destined to Die. I love this one so much. Once again, manhwa or printed webtoon, fully colored. Rated this one 5 stars. This was my second time reading it in September of 2024. I probably will read it again soon. I love this character. It's one of those reincarnated into a game, and you're trying to, what is it? She has to get all the romanceable characters, there's 5 of them, have hearts above their head. And the goal is to try to get them to 100 in order to survive. If at any time they drop to 0, she go bye-bye. So it's interesting. I also read the 2nd volume, and I also rated that one 5 stars. I read the 3rd volume. I rated that one 4 stars. This one was just a little bit slower because it's building up to the stuff that happened in the 4th volume, which again, I rated 5 stars. I also, oh my god. Like I said, I only get these books when they're on sale, or at least if I could get them at least $5 off, that's when I even buy them. Target was selling them in person. Don't know if they really still do now. Even the cover is just so high quality. Like, all of this comes out and I could feel it a little sparklies. Love it. Okay, this next one, I did finish a novel that was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. Please tell me I wrote my thoughts on this one, because this one, why did I lose internet? This one was a little weird. This was one I tried to do like a read together with the bestie, and we both originally dropped it at first. Like, neither of us could continue. If I remember correctly, it was like very much a slow burn, but like the one thing I did like, it did give the POVs, so it would say like Finch or Violet, depending whose chapter it was. But to me, it reminded me of Looking for Alaska by John Green, but Looking for Alaska made me cry and bawl my eyes out. This was kind of just like, it was expected. And I don't know if it's because I had that bias already because of reading Looking for Alaska so many years ago, that a plot twist suicide was not original in, you know, my experience. Like, this wasn't the first one I would have read. But it just felt really slow, and then some of the relationship felt forced, because it was the whole like popular girl versus emo alone nerd, And like, okay, I get that combo, but it didn't, like, if it didn't feel genuine when they got together. I don't know. This one was weird. This is another one where I will keep it for now, but if I needed to, I definitely would turn around and sell it. I have four, that's a lie. I have 4 webtoons manhwa that are my absolute favorite. 2 of them have not been published yet officially. No talks about them being published. The other one is Villains Are Destined to Die. And the other one is Not So Wicked Stepmother. When I found this, I was so excited that my boyfriend immediately was like, get altered. He was just like, do it. Pop off. That's what I mean. He's a bad influence, but love him. So this is volume 1. Obviously it's a little bit of twist of Snow White again, where evil stepmother, I would say, also has like kind of Cinderella references. But yeah, like the child's name is Blanche Snow White. But once again, I forget what her background is. I know that it is a isekai, which means that she died, presumably. And I'm pretty sure actually it says in the book she died in Korea and then got teleported to this world, but does have the memories of the previous owner of the body. Because the original stepmother bullied the crap out of Blanche, and the husband did not like her. This is rated teen, but I would say older teen, because what this man had to go through, essay, point blank. Not from the main character, that's just his past trauma. So I would definitely not give this to a young child unless they are capable of handling that, but obviously you would all know your children better than I would as a stranger on the internet. So take with that as you will. Very cute, fully printed. Love the art style. Rated that one 5 stars. Then I read the second one. I did rate the second one 4 stars. Like, obviously, while I know it's my favorite series, not every volume is going to hit that sweet spot. So once again, this was more of just a bridge. And then I did automatically read the third one, and I rated the third one 5 stars. Like, look at her. Blanche is so cute. Next, I read The Winter Duchess by Gillian Eaton. I rated this 4 stars. I read this in December. How do I describe this? I found this in a thrift store. Not a thrift store, a small local bookshop, I should say. So I didn't know anything about it. I just literally bought it because it said Duchess, and I am really into stories with duchesses, countesses, emperor, empresses. I eat it up. Eat it up, right? So, what was the story with this one? Pretty much, like, I don't want to spoil the one I'm currently reading because there's some parallels. But we'll talk about that when I start actually recapping what I read every month. But pretty much, she's made to marry the Duke. They don't like each other. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the Duke was either had a mistress or like low-key. What was this whole thing? He doesn't want to be in love. But then, like, they're borderline abusive. And then it comes into a wrapped in a little bow, and it's perfectly fine at the end. I don't know. Obviously, compared to what you guys have seen I've read so far, I am very much new to some more so traditional romance. But Interesting. Next, I read volume 2 of A Stepmother's Matron. I love that one so much. This one, surprisingly, isn't one of my favorites, but it's just plot twist, like, story didn't expect. I rated this one 4 stars. I don't even remember specifically what happened in this second volume specifically. Oh, there's some build-up. There's gonna be some fighting for love, but I don't know how it turns out yet. Next, I read Where She Went, the sequel to If I Stay from Gail Forman. This one was entirely in Adam's perspective, so the male protagonist. And the only thing I really didn't like about it was, well, the ending was just eh. I felt like it didn't give. Like, I get it. Spoiler alert for a book from, like, 2016. They got back together at the end. But it's like, Adam just keeps having flashback on a flashback about before he even met Mia and when he first started the band, which, like, I get it. That's his storyline. But it's like, do we care? You know why we're reading. You know what we want to know. I don't really care about Adam's band history. It's pretty evident that he doesn't want to be in the band anymore. I don't think you gotta keep playing that last violin string. It's already broken and snapped a long time ago. What did I even rate this? Yeah, I rated it 3 stars. Because it was like, the writing's not bad, but it's just like, you harped on. This many pages, you could have had in this. It wasn't needed. Am I happy I finally read the sequel? Yeah. But I would have been fine not reading the sequel. Okay. And then, as always, I did do my Christmas tradition, which was I read 2 mangas on Christmas. So I read Volume 6 and Volume 7 of Snow White with the Red Hair. Once again, love this series. I am finally now, I'm currently reading Volume 8. I'm currently now on parts that were not in the anime at all. So it's very juicy, very interesting. Yeah, very excited. And then my last 2 books I read were actually on my Amazon tablet. So let me show you the little guy, because he's not dressed to impress right now. He's a little purple guy. I wasn't expecting to ever get a tablet. Wasn't expecting to ever have the Kindle app. To make a long story short, my little grandma needed a new Kindle. My mom saw there was a sale on QVC to get 2 of the tablets for the price of literally 1. So I got a tablet for Christmas. So I read 2 stories on there, and I'll post the photos up of them. I did get gifted the Kindle Unlimited, so I was kind of just testing the waters to see what type of manga they have, because I honestly didn't expect them to have much, because I never really heard of manga on there, only people talking about actual traditional novels. So the first book I read was Darling Husband, Don't You Think It's Time to Get a Divorce? I read Volume 1. I rated it 3 stars. It was okay. Once again, it was free because of Unlimited. I would not go out of my way to read Volume 2 because I'm pretty sure Volume 2 you had to pay for. So, no, it was okay. It is what it is. All of the, not all of them, most of the manga that is on Kindle Unlimited, instead of being like a whole 180-ish pages, some of them are literally like 35. So some of them entirely not worth it, but since it's under Unlimited, you know, pick and choose your battles. And then the last book I read was All my fiance and I did was fight, but now he's all over me, volume 1. I also rated it 3 stars. It was just eh. Yeah, I read a lot of light novels and manhwa and manga, and no regrets. I do wish I read more novels. That's what I'm trying this year, is to find an even balance between all 3. Because obviously reading something that's 180 pages is a lot shorter than reading something that's 200 pages, because also the amount of words is different between the two. But I don't know, my goal this year is 30. I will do a separate video recapping what I read in January, February, and March, because I'm behind. So that's just how we're gonna do it. But yeah, honestly, not too bad. It was the first year I actually completed my reading goal. The Kindle definitely helped at the end, because I do not think I would have finished a physical book by then. I was really trying to finish Lolita. Did not finish Lolita. We can beat that horse another day. Oh yeah, here's my actual stats. So I read 12 mangas, 2 poetry books. Oh, some of these stats are also from 2023. So, from 2023 and 2022, I read 12 manga, 2 poetry books, 6 novels, 10 light novels, and then the printed webtoon / manhwa, I read 8. So, that very much is my typical number at the moment. But if we look at my actual, what's it called? My TBR on Goodreads, it is at, last time I checked, I think it was at 97. So, bad. Makes me want to scream. Something I have to work on. But, yeah. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me ramble about books. And I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. Bye.